Question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, so is Diddy, Diddy Diddler, Mr. Love, Mr. P. Diddy, is he in the barbaric federal prison out there in New York because it's one of the most violent prisons in the United States? Well, the question got to be asked because at the end of the day, we seen what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, right? And if Diddy got all these videos, at this point, those that want him in prison, those that want him locked up, those that leaked the tape with Cassie, those that got the behind the scenes gridlock on movement on what's going on with those secret societies, secret oath takers, Masonic Freemasons, and Masonic servants, and celebrity oath takers as well. All these folks that got the are the puppet masters behind the scene. I'm pretty sure they don't want whatever videos that Diddy got to get out, because at the end of the day, no different from Jeffrey Epstein and his list of people going to his pedophilia pedophilia island. The list's been covered up. None of the clients been investigated. And here we are. You can't have a freak-off party and not have clients coming to the party. Not having people coming to the party to freaky-deaky off with you. So it's bigger than what we see and what we know. Because at the end of the day, those that came to that party can be all sorts of wealthy, rich colonizers who don't want to be implemented in what the freak off have to offer, even though they're somewhere sitting on a videotape. So when we think about this, do they got the Diddy in the barbaric prison right now based off of setting them up? Because with the mass deletions that goes on in the barbaric prison, the federal prison out in New York, who's to say he ain't sitting in that prison because, quote unquote, if you know what I mean, to silence him completely. These are things that you got to think about, because at the end of the day, there's no way in the world this man got this many videos based off of people coming to his parties to have his, you ask me, protection for what's been going on in those parties, based off of how some of these executives and contract givers maneuver and operate, from what we done heard from other celebrities, other celebrity whistleblowers, you may call it, and what be going on up there in Hollywood, from what they call it. There's a lot more to meet the eye. There's a lot of people being implemented and spoken on, from J-Lo to Will Smith to you name it. That Beyonce is, Jay, you name it, it's shit, Rick Ross, it goes on and on and on. Shoot. Hassan Campbell, he came out with the African Bambaataa and the story about him and so on. But it gets deeper and deeper than that, because these are just talented, poor talented people who sign contracts to become wealthy. But the wealthy was already wealthy based off of crimes against humanity that has been done to the Aboriginal bloodlines and passed on generational wealth. So there's no telling what type of sick, twisted avenue that was waiting for the talented people to sign contracts to get wealth, to be able to be celebrities. No telling what was up there waiting for them already, what was really going on already. Because you can't have these secret societies and secret oath takers and these island goers under the Bohemian Grove and many other different, let's just say it, satanic worshiping, Baphomet goat god, goat sacrifice type of gatherings of these folks coming together, and not think that this is not something they've been doing for quite some time. It's just a logical thought, when you look at this. So the question is they looking to delete Puffy? Is he going to make it through this cycle? This is the real reason why they haven't gave him bail, because they don't want what he got to be leaked. And the only way to stop what he got to be leaked is to keep him locked up. Not to mention in one of the most horrific prisons that you could possibly imagine. Is this is a operation that we ain't overseeing right now as them trying to delete this man off the planet. Because these are things we need to know. Because at the end of the day, wrong is wrong and right is right. And he need to be judged for whatever crimes against, he have committed. But at the same time, we also want all those people that party with him. They guilty too. Let's be real. They guilty too. We don't just want the Fagin, the hosts. We want those that party with the hosts. We want all of them too. And we should be advocating for all of them. Because that's the basis of it, right? You ain't going to have all these different types of Jeffrey Epstein islands where they doing people wrong and babies wrong and allow all these clients to get away. We can't keep allowing the clients to get away. This is just the real reality of Hugh Hefner. We can't keep allowing these dudes to get away. Everybody know what happened also with what's his name? It'll come back to me. But at the end of the day, we gotta be on board to chase these type of people down. Real talk. Same with Vince McMahon. We gotta be on board to chase him down. Oh yeah, that's his name. Dana White. We also gotta be on board to chase these people down. We can't keep giving them a pass. Because at the end of the day, if they can do the little things that we do catch them on tape with, then what is the big things that they're doing that we ain't catching them on tape with? This is the reality to it. There's so much going on in this system with so many different corrupted people that got wealth that sustains these type of behaviors behind closed doors and away from cameras and away from the curtain when the curtain go down, to the point where we need to investigate all of them. Every last one of them. You ask me, and redistribute the wealth, because it's too much sickness going on up there with them being wealthy while they run around thinking they're gods and kings amongst, above the American, we the people citizens who are the real sovereign and the real backbone of America. These folks are just 1 to 10% of the United States population, and they controlling all the resources away from all of us. And this is the sick, twisted stuff that they're doing. So no, we don't want to see Puffy leave the planet. We want to see Puffy go down, but we also want to see everybody that was a part of the freak off, that was his clients coming to the parties, get investigated, and whoever's dirty go down too. We definitely want that too. We want that. We want that more than we want Puffy. Why? Because he's the host, and the host gotta have the clients coming in. And if the host is just one person who's hosting the party, the people that came to that party is just as sick as him, if not sicker, because you can't have a party without the people coming. Because if it was just a party he was throwing and nobody showed up, then it's not a party at all. So for him to throw parties and all these people coming, they know what was going on, and then 9 times out of 10, the majority of them is a part of this and doing their own parties on the low too, the same exact way. Let's just be real here. We got to bring some logical thinking and some logical thought to this and some logical questions to this, because at the end of the day, they keep escaping through cracks like Jeffrey Epstein escaped through cracks, and we ended up with just one person, his chick that he was dealing with. But all the clients that was coming to the party that the hostess was throwing, they seemed to vanished into thin air, even though we had a list from Jeffrey Epstein stating all the people that came to the island. And like my man said, and many others say, the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. If it walk like a chicken, cluck like a chicken, 9 times out of 10 it's a chicken. So at the end of the day, all those folks that's intertwined with those folks on these islands, in these private parties, at the mansions and all this other stuff, all those people is dirty. And you need to know that as the citizen, so that we can chase them down and put them into shackles as well and get the rest of these sick, twisted mob out of the streets. Because at the end of the day, we talk about violence in the communities of ours, but we ain't talking about those who promote this violence, those who promote this sickness, those who act out this sickness on major screens and TVs and radio stations, rapping and singing about it. Those folks are the perpetuators of this type of chaos. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Praise, praise.